Hello everyone, welcome to a new task. In this task, we are going to learn how to swap two numbers with the help of a temporary number. Okay, so let us begin. So now before we start with swapping, we should understand the logic behind how we are going to swap two numbers. Okay, so let us get into the board. Okay, so let us assume that we have two coins. On the left side we have A and the right side we have B. And now what I want to do is I want to shift the positions of A and B. Okay, so now what you would assume is I just drag B on top of it, and now uh, drag A back to the B's position. But now what you see over here is that as soon as you move B to A, the value, the whatever is there at A is gone, right? So this is what happens when you try to swap two variables with each other. Okay, so this is exactly what we want to avoid. Okay, so how to tackle with this is we will find out a location, another location, where we are going to first transfer any one of the variables. Okay, let us assume that this circle is a memory location and this is where any one of them will be moved. Okay, so let us suppose that let's move first A to this particular location, then let us move B to A's location, and then now A goes to B's location. So now you see that this is the way you shift two variables, the contents of the two variables. You should have another variable which is going to temporarily hold one of the variables till the swapping happens. Okay, so let us try this in practice. So let's take two variables, let's say int A and B. So A and B have to be swapped. So whatever is the value inside A and B, so those things needs to be swapped after the program executes. Okay, so we have already established that we need a temporary variable, so let us call it as temp. Okay, so now first step is to get the values of A and B from the user. Okay, so let us take scanf. Now it's an type integer, so %d and A. Okay, so this finishes the first input, and before going for the second input I would just describe the input that the user should enter. So enter first okay, so enter first number. So this is my first statement. I will copy this entire thing, paste it again, and I will just say second number and save it as B. Okay, and just as you know, as in all my programs, I would like to first describe what this program does. So I would just say number swapper. Okay, okay, cool. So the first number is A, first second number is B. So now what we are going to do is we are going to do the swapping. Okay, so as we have already established, any one of the variable should be swapped, put into temp first. So the first statement will be always temp. Inside temp I have to put either A or B. So let us take A. I have saved the value of A, so now A can be replaced with B. Okay, so A is replaced with B, and finally B will be temp. Okay, so this is the same swapping that we have done in the graphics just a little while ago. right? So the same thing I have done in a programmatic form. Okay, so basically if you look at the pattern, if you are not if you are not got the way I have done it, it is simple. You start with temp and you assign any one of the variables to temp, then take that variable as the next statements left hand side, and take whatever is remaining other than those two variables, take whatever is remaining as the argument on the right hand side, then you take that in the left for the third statement, and now this has to be replaced by temp. Okay, so this is a basic three statements swaps the number, and now what you have in the value inside a and b will be the swapped values. Okay, so now I can just use a printf statement over here to just say after swapping a is equal to some percentage d and b is equal to some percentage d. Okay, and I will put these values over here, and now if I just run this, let's say the first number is 3 and the second number is 6, and you can see, so a was 3 and b was 6. After swapping, a became 6 and b became 3. Okay, so I hope you have understood this task. In the next one we are going to do swapping but without using a temporary variable. Okay, so see you in the next task.